Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. Today's story is one that's hard to even imagine. A heartbreaking what-if scenario about Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos that will leave you speechless. What would happen if Mark, the man known for his strength and charm, received devastating medical news that changed everything for their family? Stay tuned till the very end, because there's a twist you won't see coming. The studio lights dim. The camera zooms in on Kelly Ripa's face, her trademark smile gone. Instead, there's a quiet stillness, the kind that comes only when words fail. Across the set, Mark Consuelos sits beside her, his hand gripping hers, their fingers trembling slightly. The air feels heavy. It's not live with Kelly and Mark anymore. It's something deeper, more fragile, something that no script could prepare them for. In this imagined moment, the world of daytime TV collides with the kind of news no one ever wants to hear. Mark has just returned from what was supposed to be a routine medical checkup. He's always been fit, gym sessions, clean eating, early mornings. But this time the results aren't what he expected. Kelly watches as Mark lowers his eyes, the paper trembling in his hands. It's not good, he whispers. And that's when the silence starts. That heavy silence that fills the room when the mind refuses to believe what the ears have just heard. Kelly tries to smile, tries to hold on to hope because that's who she is. The optimist. The fighter. The woman who's seen life storms but always finds her way back to laughter. But this time the storm feels different. It's personal. It's threatening to take away the one person who's been her anchor through it all. As the camera pans across the studio, in this imagined world, producers exchange glances. No one knows if they should keep rolling. But Kelly nods, tears welling in her eyes. Keep going, she says softly. People need to see this. They need to know that love doesn't quit, even in the darkest moments. What follows is the kind of raw emotion daytime television rarely shows. Kelly leans closer to Mark. We've been through everything, she says. Raising 3 kids, surviving New York, surviving this crazy show business. We're not giving up now. Mark tries to laugh, that deep warm laugh fans love, but it cracks halfway. You remember when we met? He says. You said I looked too serious. You said you'd make me laugh every day. And I did, she replies, her voice trembling. You did. He nods. Every single day. The story spreads across the imagined world of entertainment headlines. Fans flood social media with messages of support. Stay strong, Mark. Kelly, we're praying for you both. People who've watched them for decades suddenly see them not as celebrities but as human. Vulnerable. Real. As days pass, Kelly starts keeping a journal, something she hasn't done in years. Inside it, she writes about fear, faith, and the small moments that matter most. The morning coffees, the inside jokes, the way Mark still leaves her notes on the fridge. In one entry, she writes, "Love doesn't end where illness begins. It grows there." Meanwhile, Mark takes a step back from the spotlight in this imagined timeline. He spends his days walking through Central Park, watching the leaves fall, thinking about the show, about their family. He tells Kelly, I don't want people to remember me as an actor or a host. I want them to remember how much I loved you. That line, that one sentence, becomes the headline that breaks the internet. Fans replay it. Talk shows quote it. People cry over it. Because deep down, everyone knows what it feels like to hold on to someone you can't imagine losing. Then one morning, Kelly surprises everyone. She walks onto the set of Live alone. The audience is quiet. There's no music, no laughter. She stands center stage, eyes glistening, holding a letter in her hand. This isn't goodbye, she begins. This is just part of the journey. She pauses, breathes deeply, and then says the words that shake everyone watching. Mark wanted me to read this. She unfolds the paper. The letter is short, but every word feels like it carries a lifetime of emotion. To everyone watching, life isn't about the number of years. It's about the number of moments that take your breath away. Don't wait for bad news to start living. Don't wait for fear to tell someone you love them. Do it now. The audience breaks into quiet applause, not out of entertainment but respect. And then Kelly smiles, a small, broken yet beautiful smile. He's still here, she whispers. In every moment, he's still here. In the days that follow, Kelly uses her platform to speak about strength, about hope, about how even the imagined version of this story reminds us of something real. How fragile life is, how quickly it can change. She starts a foundation, a symbolic move in this creative story, dedicated to helping families facing similar struggles. A what if turned into a message of compassion. And then comes the twist, the one no one sees coming. After weeks of heartbreak and uncertainty, after endless emotional moments, a phone rings early one morning. Kelly picks up. On the other end is Mark's doctor, his tone softer this time. "We need to talk," he says. "We reran the tests." Kelly's heart stops. There's a long pause and then a sigh of relief. It was a false reading. There's no cancer. For a moment the world seems to freeze. Kelly drops to her knees, tears streaming down her face. "You're sure?" she whispers. "Completely sure." When Mark walks back into the room, Kelly runs into his arms. The two collapse into laughter and tears, relief flooding through every word, every heartbeat. Later that week they return to live. This time when they walk out hand in hand, the applause is deafening. Kelly looks at the crowd and says, "Sometimes life reminds you what really matters, even if it has to scare you first." Mark nods, smiling. "And sometimes," he adds, "you realize that love is the best medicine there is." The cameras zoom out as they embrace. A moment that feels both like an ending and a beginning. Across the screen the message appears. This was a fictional what-if story, but the love between Kelly and Mark is very real. And that's the truth behind the fiction. Even in this imagined story the emotions feel real, because at its core, it's not about illness or fear. It's about love, resilience, and what it means to stand beside someone when life throws the unthinkable your way. Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos, the couple who faced decades of highs and lows together, become, even in fiction, a reminder of something universal. That the strongest love stories aren't written in scripts or headlines, but in everyday life, in whispered promises, in laughter through tears. And maybe that's why people can't stop watching them, because they see a reflection of themselves. And that's the story. A powerful what-if that shows just how much love, faith, and strength matter when everything feels uncertain. Remember, this story is a dramatized scenario, not real news, but the emotions behind it are something we can all relate to. If this touched your heart, drop a red heart in the comments and tell me, what would you do if someone you loved faced something this big? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful stories that remind us how precious life really is. Until next time, stay strong, stay kind, and hold your loved ones close.